get started, please? Okay, unfortunately, Clint and his plane are still snowed in at LaGuardia, but he faxed some assignments. So, are we all ready for more work?
Why not? We can't go home.
Well, that's the spirit, she said, pushing her staff into the 25th straight hour of blizzard coverage. You guys have been magnificent, and I mean that. Of course, I'm not in the slightest surprised. Now, Karen, we need a piece on the damage that the storm has already done in the Midwest, okay? Zach, would you get a hold of that meteorologist from the National Weather Service, get some more quotes from him, please?
Will do.
And Craig, you are our human interest maven today. Rumor has it that a dispatcher at the Waterside Taxi predicted this storm 6 weeks ago when he dreamt about it. So check that out.
Sure, maybe you can dream me up a lottery number.
And the rest of you, we need kind of an overview on what's going to happen to Landview in the next 36 hours. If you could do that, it'd be great. Thanks.
Hey, how about letting me cover the effects of the storm on the Ohio Valley? I mean, that's the hardest hit area of the country.
Oh, happens to be where Cass is.
Really?
Really?
Please? It'll give me a chance to keep tabs on what she's up against, at least weather-wise.
Okay. Is there any word on Operation Dorian? Because I haven't heard a thing from Mel.
Mel and Cassie both made it to Canton in one piece. They're at the Kramer family farm now, snowed in. And Cassie, she's a little shaky with the whole deal. All this according to ace reporter Andrew Carpenter.
Oh, freezing. It's so cold.
You are so beautiful.
Oh, even in a blizzard when I'm worried sick about my Aunt Dorian?
I doubt anything could hide your loveliness.
Oh, I'm just so sorry we had to leave the yacht so soon.
Well, you can't help the weather, but an unscheduled appearance by Joey Buchanan is another matter.
Please, don't blame Joey for what he did. He's a good friend. Besides, it's not like you have any competition.
Oh, what blizzard, what family crisis, what old boyfriend. No, no.
I heard every word you said to me tonight.
And I meant every word. Especially what I said about no pressure. I know that this isn't an engagement ring, but I would be lying if I were to tell you I wish it weren't. I intend to marry you when the time's right.
Even if I don't know when that time will be?
Even if. But you have to promise me to at least think about it.
I already am. And I promise you, look, I will give it and you the undivided attention you deserve as soon as I know my Aunt Dorian's okay.
Unbelievable. You don't give a damn about Dorian.
Andrew?
Yep. I mean, not that I'm mad at her or anything. She did call me last night from the motel that she and Mel wound up in.
You seem angry.
I am at Andrew.
Why?
Because that guy is a jerk.
Oh, Kevin!
Mom, you should have seen the way he laid it on at Rhodey's. You know, letting me know that Cassie just called him, you know, all smug and serious, making it such a big deal that he's the anointed one and not me. You know, now I can buy Cassie calling Andrew to see how River was, but that is the only reason. And the only reason she didn't call me was something must have happened to her cell phone battery because all the regular lines are down.
Kevin, don't you think it's possible he was just trying to tell you something?
Like what? That I'm not worth a call from Cassie?
Oh, come on, I didn't say that.
I know, Mom, but you don't have to. You know, it really would be novel if you took my side for once.
Now, you wait just a minute.
Don't start with the indignation. Your vote has been with Andrew from the moment Cassie left him to be with me. Poor, abandoned Andrew and shaky, mixed-up Cassie.
All right, I'm sorry, but you are putting words in my mouth.
Don't they fit? Oh, Andrew thinks he is so important to Cassie still that given a choice, she would call him for reassurance over me? That's a crock.
Well, they were together for a very long time, Kevin.
Yeah, well, who has been with Cassie since day one of this craziness, this stuff with Dorian's past? Andrew? I don't think so. Me. I have brought Cassie down from every emotional ledge. I have held her hand. I have dried her tears while Dorian has ripped that family inside out. So please, just back off.
Wow, I love to see my happy family working together.
You really are a piece of work, Kelly. Dorian's life is in total chaos, but you want her problems to go away so that he don't interfere with your little plans.
It's not what I meant, Blair.
Kelly, I was standing right there when I heard you. And after everything Aunt Dorian's done for you, too.
Okay, you see how she twists everything around.
It was an extreme take on what was said.
Okay, oh, you're right, Ian. I'm sorry, Kelly. I've just been so totally stressed out after everything Dorian is going through.
Well, family crises have a way of altering one's perspective, don't they?
I guess.
That said, if there's anything I can do to help, in this case, I consider myself part of this family.
Well, Ian, could I make you a drink?
No, thank you. I should probably be getting on my way. If the snow is piling higher and higher, and besides, tonight was marvelous.
I think I would call it magical. And this was too. I mean, I will keep this right here forever. I promise. Come on, let me walk you out.
Okay. Good night, Blair.
Good night, Ian.
I love you. Never, ever forget that.
Be careful.
Ian gave you a ring.
You're quite the keeper of the flame, aren't you?
Dorian is to blame. She brought it on herself.
Oh, yes. Dorian's deeply invested in self-destruction.
Dorian was always a troublemaker. Self-centered even from the start. I remember her in her cradle, fussing and squalling. Even then, she flat out demanded attention.
Most babies do.
Dorian wanted too much, was too much. She had no right to take up that kind of space in this house.
What a horrible thing to say about an infant.
Oh, yes, but God forbid anyone or anything should shift the focus away from the sainted Sonia.
The woman was a genius, touched by the Lord.
So in the name of art, you destroyed not only Dorian's childhood, but Melinda and Addie's as well?
To make music, there can't be noise, commotion, silliness. We couldn't have that around here. Creativity needs order, respect, quiet. Of course, you could never understand that.
When the cost is broken spirits, there's no such thing as creativity, only terrorism.
If we're lucky, the roads will be cleared in the morning, and you can get out of here and leave me alone.
Lady, that road could be clear as a newborn's face, and I still wouldn't walk out that door. Not until I find out what's tearing Dorian apart. Because you see, some of us here do love her.
What the hell are you doing?
What's up there? On the 3rd floor in your old room.
You listen to me hard, little missy. I'm not here to answer questions whenever somebody snaps their fingers. Understand me for your own sake. There are things in this world and in this house best left alone. That's all I have to say, except this. You don't know what you're dealing with here. If you're smart, you'll get Cassie and your reporter friend out of here before there's trouble you'll regret for the rest of your life.
Todd, my goodness, what brings you out on a nice night like this,
Trolling for frostbite. All right. I want to make sure that your newspaper isn't getting the inside story on the storm from Bo Buchanan or any of the other city cronies you have on your payroll.
Kevin, how many cronies do we have down there now? 50? 100?
You want a little news flash, scavenger? Here's one. The Banner will beat the Sun on this story just like it has on every other significant story in the past, by playing it straight and working hard. Something you ought to try sometime.
Well, that would be news. Scavenger. I think the prince is pouting.
Kevin is just fine.
What was all that stuff about Dorian ripping up the family?
Oh, there was nothing.
Yeah. Suppose that's Parmesan cheese coming down from those clouds. Look, Vicky, Blair's getting ready to take me to the mat for another custody battle over Star, so I figure anything that's got to do with Blair or with Dorian is really my business.
Yeah, so you can use it as ammunition against them, huh?
I'm not in this for my jollies. This is my kid, I think I'm thinking of.
Yes, yes. Well, I'm terribly sorry. As you know, I am completely bipartisan when it comes to Star. I have always believed that that child should be raised by both her parents.
Even if one of them's a Kramer. Come on, half that family's bananas. Even you with your little problem would see that.
Stop that.
Okay. Okay. So you're not going to tell me what's up?
I told you. It's nothing.
Okay. So much for family loyalty. All right, fine. You don't want to tell me, that's cool. But I'll figure it out by myself. I am a newsman. Remember.
Relax. It's not an engagement ring, but it is an heirloom. See? Star ruby. Yeah, it was Ian's grandmother's and then his mother's.
Mm-hmm. And how did you weasel it out of him?
This is the first time I ever saw the ring. Ian tried to surprise me with it because he loves me.
Right. After you tried to mess up his deal, trying to get the son.
I think you saw him kiss me just now, and I know that wasn't an act. We worked everything out. I apologized to him.
Oh, really? And he forgave you? How sweet. How stupid.
Okay. Blair, you can say or do whatever you want, because right now you can't hurt Ian and me. We're way past you.
Oh, and you think that I manipulated Ian when you take every opportunity to turn him against me.
No, I told the truth. The only reason why you're interested in Ian is because of his money, and we all know about it. You won't be able to fool him because he told me he knows how to handle you, and I believe him.
You really are a little bitch. I've never been in a storm like this before.
It can't go on forever.
Who says?
Mel, I think we have to take Mother out of here, even if that means that we carry her.
Cassie?
No, I'm afraid for her. She's back under the roof of the woman who raised her with the idea that basically she had no right to exist. That even as a child in a crib, she took up too much room.
I know. It's gruesome legacy. That's all the more reason to stay here and find out what other crimes Cliff might be responsible for.
Mel, there's no electricity. There's no phone. There's no heat. And Mother is half brainwashed. She's half intimidated into this near stupor. Imagine what memories this place must bring up for her.
That won't stop by taking her somewhere else.
No, this is the heart of darkness for her.
Darkness is portable. She's carrying the past in her heart, and that terror will follow her wherever she goes. Cass, we can't back off now. It's too late. The only way out is through.
No, Mel. What if there is no way out?
I won't believe that. I can't. And I'm going to get to the bottom of this, so help me God.
Mel, I wonder if some of our famous family madness hasn't rubbed off on you.
I call it love. I'm going to go check on Dorian.
They ought to start calling Ohio the Stuck Ice State. You should check out all those road closures.
Really a mess, huh?
Yeah, things don't seem to be going well anywhere tonight.
Kevin, thank you very much for pulling the story together so quickly.
No problem.
There's one other thing. I really hope you know that I am always on your side.
That I'm not too convinced of.
For heaven's sakes, how can you doubt that I want what's best for you?
Because Cassie is what's best for me, but I really don't think you agree.
Look, Cassie's a very lovely and a very intelligent young woman.
Yes, and she's going to be with me from here on in, so please just start accepting that.
Well, okay, but let me tell you something. Acceptance is kind of a funny thing. And sometimes we are very selective about what we allow to get in here and what we keep out.
Mom, you want to bore in on the morals of that story? I have some work to do.
All right, just don't get upset, all right? I'm just trying to make a point.
Okay. Go ahead, make it.
All right, you and Cassie have been together for months, right? Mm-hmm. And I know very well how deeply committed you are to her and even to River.
Thank you for noticing.
But I really have to wonder if Cassie is as committed to you.
That's enough.
All right, do you see what I mean about acceptance, Kevin?
Well, Mom, I am not going to stand here and listen to you go on about how you don't think Cassie loves me
Honey,
enough.
I'm not trying to criticize either one of you, but I cannot ignore what my instinct tells me.
Which is what, that I've made yet another huge mistake?
No, it's not that. Look, I am merely concerned that if there is any tentativeness in Cassie's behavior toward you up to this point, it is going to be exacerbated by the fallout from this nonsense, this business in Ohio.
Why?
Why? Because I am privy to some information about Dorian's search for her past that I am not permitted to go into. Suffice to say, Kevin, I have a feeling there's trouble ahead. There's real trouble, and the trouble is that you are going to wind up so hurt.
You know what I hope, Mom? That you're just a little overtired and stressed out, and all this nonsense is all just a mother's required worry.
No, it is not just speculation, honey. It isn't. Sweetie, I know you, I know Cassie, and I know Dorian, and trust me, where Dorian goes, mayhem follows.
Why do you hate me? You know, for so long, you were the person I most admired in this world. I loved you. I wanted to be like you. But we both know this isn't all about Brendan. And by now, you should know I would do anything to go back and change that night.
But you can't, Kelly. Because my little baby is dead. And now, every time I turn around, there you are. Right between me and the custody of my little girl.
Me?
Yeah, you. The judge would have handed Star over in a minute if it weren't for you.
Oh, that's not true, and you know it.
Oh, you know, you're right. Maybe I'm mistaken. Maybe there was another little bubble-headed blonde there in the witness box going on, mouthing off about how out of control I was.
Blair, I had to testify in that courtroom by law. I don't think I made any judgments about you in that room.
Of course you didn't, Kelly.
You pushed Taya through a window. I saw it and I said so. And I told the truth.
Yeah, like you told the truth to Todd about Ian's plan to take over the Sun. You were just pure innocence every little step of the way, aren't you,
Those were two
Kelly?
completely different incidents.
Same result, though, Kelly. Where's Star, huh? She's with Todd right this very minute. And Ian and everything that he stands for was my only hope to get my little girl back. Do you know that she is my life? She's everything that I live for.
I'm out of here.
Wait. Where are you going to go?
No, I'm not going to fight with you.
You listen to me. You're going to go over to Todd and tell him what an unfit mother that I am now, huh?
No, I was going to take a little walk and wait for you to calm down.
Oh, well, you're going to take a hell of a long walk for that.
You know something, Blair? It's too easy. You pin all the bad news on me. But the cold, hard fact is that you brought this all on yourself. You need the help.
Oh, wait. Don't you dare!
No. You know something? If you don't open your eyes and you don't look at this the way you have to look at it and deal with it, you will self-destruct like you always have.
I don't self-destruct, Kelly. I survive, and don't you play that unstable card on me.
Really? Why don't you look at yourself? You sure look like you're on the edge to me. If you won't get help for yourself, you get help for your daughter. Okay, she needs you to be sane. She needs you to be steady. She already has Todd's genes, God help her. And if the Kramer madness is really inherited, she's gonna have a hell of a lot more.
My little girl is fine.
Really? You think so? You think she's fine? How? Are you fine, Blair? Are you just gonna go on and tell everybody that it's my fault, that your pathetic life is really insane? Oh, don't you hit me. You look at yourself. You were completely out of control.
I am not out of control, Kelly. I am angry, and I have every right to be. Because you don't give a damn about my little girl. You just want another chance to twist the knife.
No, I want that little girl to stay sweet. I want her to stay sweet and not learn that destructiveness and violence and ugliness is the way that you live. You know something? I may go to Todd. I think I'm going to tell him, until you get yourself together, he shouldn't let Star anywhere near you.
Oh, you...
Oh, God, please keep my little boy safe until I get home. Please. Please make me get home to him soon.
Bad news. Dorian's gone.
Is it you? Mama? Papa? Oh, please.
Give me a sign. Am I being punished for something, or... Because if I am, it's working. What are you doing here? Is Star all right?
Oh, yeah, she's fine. She's safe and sound at home, right where she ought to be.
Well, she certainly shouldn't be out in weather like this. What are you doing here?
Well, you know me. I like anything rotten. Manners or movies or weather. Wouldn't you know it, I was driving down your street and my car got stuck. You got a shovel?
Call a tow truck.
Yeah, how about a bag of salt? You got a bag of salt? No, huh? Well, I'll tell you what, I'll just stand here and I can hear how the court was right to give me custody of my daughter.
Todd.
So when you were saying that I should keep Blair away from my child, did you mean that is like a figure of speech, or should I go ahead and start digging a moat around my apartment building?
Don't listen to a word that
Why
she
not?
says.
I've had that thought a million times.
Kelly just wants to hurt me because she's... Yes. Me and specifically because of our business relationship. She can't stand the fact that Ian respects my business savvy and refuses to let me in his life.
Is she on a level here? This is all about Ian?
Kind of. But it is about me.
Isn't it always?
You know, I've worked real hard to get my life back on track this year. It's made me stronger, and it's made me grow up. I'm not the same little waify girl in college. I know what I want. I'm not real fond of people who can push me around or think they can and get away with it.
That's great. Where's Dorian?
She's in Canton, Ohio.
Not that it's any of your business.
You're kidding, right? This is the family that keeps coming after me, wave after wave, and trying to glom onto my daughter, with Dorian being the head glommer. Now, if I don't keep my eye on her and on you, I'm liable to get hit when I'm not looking. So somebody, please, tell me why Dorian and Cassie went to Ohio during the worst snowstorm in 100 years.
You know, why don't I take your little warning back to the desk and chew it over, along with the rest of my now stale turkey sandwich?
Gee, I'm really sorry, okay? I know it must be painful to have to acknowledge that there is an imbalance between you and Cassie in regards to your feelings for each other.
Mom, it is not painful. Cassie and I are just fine.
Kevin, you cannot ignore this.
Mom, I want to drop it.
Can you force you? Look, I don't mean to be nag, okay? Especially not where your relationship with Cassie is concerned. But there are certain things going on here that you cannot ignore.
Such as?
Such as Cassie called Andrew first tonight, not you. Now, I have no doubt that she, I'm sure, would have called you had her phone battery not gone dead, or the phones weren't out, or whatever. But you may not ignore the fact that her impulse was to talk to Andrew first, before you.
Because she was worried about her son, River.
Are you really certain about that? Sweetie, at the risk of making you furious, I have to ask you this. Exactly how committed is Cassie to your relationship?
More all the time.
Okay. What happens when Dorian's past, believe me, it's very twisted and probably tragic, is crashing in on her and the rest of the Kramers? How is that going to affect Cassie?
You obviously think that it's going to drive her away from me.
Yeah. That's my very real fear, Kevin. Because as I see her anxiety increase over this whole situation with Dorian, I see her turning to more established sources of support.
Andrew.
It's happening already, Kevin.
No way. You're going to see, as soon as this storm is over, the one outside and the one in Cassie's family, everything is going to be blue skies between the two of us. And whatever happened to Dorian, not to Cassie. So there is no reason why it should affect what Cassie and I have.
I don't even know how you can say that. You know perfectly well how preoccupied Cassie has always been with who she is, where she comes from. How in God's name is it possible that this would not affect her? Dorian is her mother.
Yes. And you're mine.
What? What is your point?
That the past doesn't necessarily run the present. You have multiple personalities. I don't. I have one. So much for being locked into the curse of your parents.
there.
Stop where you are.
Can I come in?
Don't you mean, may I come in, Mr. English Major? Of course you may come.
I'm sorry.
It was a heated conversation.
Yes, it was. But what I said about your DID, that was the way I mine, and I am really sorry.
Thank you. Thank you. I certainly accept your apology. Kevin, I want you to understand something. My disorder as a topic of conversation is not taboo, all right? I'm not ashamed of it. My alters were born out of an inability to give voice to a terrible, terrible thing.
I know.
And in many, many ways, they saved my life. So I am not about to make them a secret.
I guess it was just wrong of me to refer to them as curse.
Yeah. Yeah, that was wrong. They were never a curse. My point is, you know, that I think that nothing, and I mean nothing, no matter how hurtful it might be, should be off limits within our family if it's something we feel needs to be said. That's why I said what I did about you and Cassie.
So you're standing by your Cassie still loves Andrew scenario.
Oh, Kevin, listen to yourself. You said it, honey, not me.
It's what you think.
I would never presume to make that kind of a determination about another person's heart.
Mom, that's a cop-out.
Well, I'm sorry. It's the best I can do.
Okay, well, then let me just get everything straight here. Dorian is going to crash and burn. Cassie is not going to be able to handle this, and I, as a result, am going to be the odd man out.
It's a brutal simplification, but it's entirely possible.
Great. Well, in the meantime, I'm going to keep reminding myself that I am in love with Cassie, not with Cassie's mother, thank God. It is you who has the problem with breaking up with Dorian.
I beg your pardon?
Let it go. Would you please just let it go? Why do the two of you constantly have to stick your noses in each other's business?
Well, I only do that when my children are affected by what she does, and I am not about to apologize for that.
Fine. You leave me no choice. Because if you are obviously going to refuse to keep your biases to yourself, then I am going to feel just as free to ignore them. Oh, and thank you, by the way, for accepting my apology.
Kevin! Kevin!
No. I said don't move. Had a little trouble with rats this end of the house. I want to be a little careful around here.
I'm just looking for my mother.
She's in the room.
No, she isn't. Maybe I wrote her contact.
You there.
about my family.
No, I'm smart.
Really, there's nothing sinister going on here.
Okay. So Dorian and Cassie just decided to nip off to Ohio during the blizzard to end all blizzards.
Well, they left before they knew it was going to get bad.
Is this the party line, or is this really how it went?
I don't think anybody saw this coming. Excuse me.
Oh, don't look at me like that. I'm paranoid, remember?
Tell me why you're here, and you know it's not because your car got stuck.
Oh, no, you're the one who's paranoid. I wanted to find a few things out.
About Dorian?
Yeah?
She's doing the best. Look, I know that I'm in no position to ask you anything, but I really don't know what else to do here.
Could ask somebody else.
No, I can't, because you're the one that really matters here. Todd, my family's going through some troubles, and look, whatever happens, whatever Kelly says, out of jealousy and spite, just please don't hold it against me.
What? Hold it against you how?
Do I have to spell that out? You want me to beg you?
Well, I did come all this way.
All right. We both know how much Star means to me. Okay? And whatever trouble that my family is having, just please don't use it to put your father away from me. I am.
Stay tuned for scenes from the next One Life to Live.